Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Welcome to Pretty Lies and Alibis. Join us as we seek the truth and travel the long road to justice. Hey, everybody. It's still Tuesday. I'm Gigi. What's good, Fruit Loop?
I'm not going to say weather or humidity because we said that on the
we've
last
been
one,
there and
so
done that.
We did. Sherlock's good.
Sherlock is good. And so I try my hardest to keep this cat inside, but sometimes he's sneaky, and as soon as you open the door, he darts out. And he doesn't go far. Typically, when he gets out, he stays in the yard or on the deck. But my neighbor from behind me, he can actually jump a fence and be in their yard. He's been letting himself in their dog door and eating their cat's food and curling up on the couch and sleeping.
Hey, that's good for you.
I feel like he's cheating on me a little bit.
He has found another family.
I just, his loyalty should lie here. I stayed up for 2 weeks solid with that newborn kitten. And now he's loving on other people.
Yep.
So we did our very first live Q&A last week.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun that we're going to make that a regular thing. And I think we're going to start recording video to go with the podcast episodes for YouTube.
Yep.
And we're going to start some segments. We're going to do prison cooking, where my contact in prison has sent me a bunch of recipes, and we're going to go buy the ingredients and cook it like they do in prison, and we're going to record it all. It should be really fun, and we're just going to be adding stuff with video as we go.
I think when we cook it, we need to make the kids eat it.
No, I think we need to make you eat it, because half of them involve using Takis, which we know you're a little sensitive palate.
Yeah, I'll be done.
It will be...
I'll have an ulcer in like 2 days. Yeah.
So we just said on the full episode, merchandise is up, prettyliesandalibis.com. We have a lot of different options, so hope you guys find something you like. And just... because a lot of people are still asking, we very hesitantly started a PayPal account for donations. Do not feel obligated. The PayPal address is prettyliesandalibis@gmail.com for PayPal. Only if you feel obligated. We waited a year before we even did that because it just felt wrong.
Yep.
We have a P.O. box. We've already gotten some really cool Kansas City Chiefs cups. You don't have to send us gifts. Just send us like a card or, $20,000 check.
I'm still waiting on those grippy socks for you.
Yeah, I need them, dude. I've hurt my hip.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't hurt my hip. I have bursitis.
Yeah, you old.
I feel old. I cannot imagine what 80 is going to look like because I took my daughter to see Shovels and Rope, which is a favorite band of ours. They're from Charleston, South Carolina, but they came up here to Greenville. We were literally 3 feet away from them at this outdoor concert. It was amazing. But on the walk back, I've been complaining to my hip for about a week now. And I thought maybe I'd pull something when I was trying to get the motor oil off Sherlock last week. But about halfway back to our car, I couldn't walk, dude. Like, I had to sit on the sidewalk.
Get a piggyback ride?
Oh, man. And Taylor said, Mom, you're pouring sweat. You look white. I have never been in that much pain in my life. So I go to be seen that night at the ER. They take me back. He does some tests, and he says, you got really bad bursitis in your left hip. Never knew that stuff was so painful.
Oh, I've had it. It is painful.
Oh, my gosh.
It'll make you want to smack your mama.
Yeah, it was bad. So we had some people last week who attended CrimeCon in Austin reach out to us on Twitter and tag us in CrimeCon and say, you guys should come next year. So I answered this little questionnaire, and CrimeCon got back to us.
Yeah.
And they said, we think you guys would be a great fit next year for Podcast Row. And they're finalizing the details for this, but they're going to reach back out. And I'll tell you what, if we get the invitation, we will be at CrimeCon Las Vegas at the end of March, beginning of April next year.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We would turn that place upside down.
Oh, yeah. Did you put out our P.O. box?
Sorry.
Yeah.
P.O. Box 14729, Greenville, South Carolina, 29610.
Gotcha. So I've had to show you how to open and close this. Well, not open, but close this knife you have.
I still can't close it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're going to cut your finger off.
oh,
We're going to call you Nubby.
it's coming. So I bought this knife at Cabela's. All right. So I went into Cabela's with my son, and remember I got confused about like Bass Pro Shops and all that because this is not my jam.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I bought this knife, and I don't know. I mean, I kind of bought it just to keep in my car for protection purposes, but I can't close it. And so you just showed me, and I tried, and I didn't close it. So it's a disaster waiting to happen, I think.
Yeah. Maybe get your youngest to close it for you.
Oh
She can probably close it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. This is going to end
Sarah.
up in another ER visit for me. I see
Exactly.
it coming.
Yeah.
So we've had people ask for us to enable super chat on YouTube and Patreon, and I don't know. I don't want to ask. We just don't want people to have to pay to have their comments seen. So for right now, I think we're just gonna have our eyes help us when we do these lives to try to get to all the questions. We have a lot of questions that weren't answered, so at some point we may go back and just answer questions from the first one.
Yeah, I think there was like 10 or 12 that we didn't get to.
There was more than that between YouTube and Facebook. So I've got those written down. And so anyways, we have just some little pieces of news here and there that we didn't want to add to the Murdaugh murder case that we just put that episode out. So what about Colby and Kelsey? They have a little bit of news.
So they're moving back to Arizona.
Yeah.
Kelsey said being there has helped them in a lot of ways for the reasons they came. She just said it's time to be back around her family. They need their support. Colby said there was a healing to being there, but Kelsey's pregnancy changed things.
Yeah.
He also said Riley, their daughter, needs to be around family. He says it's time to start growing again with a new baby, that they faced everything there.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen a lot of comments. There seems to be this pocket of people that just don't like Colby, and I don't get it. I saw some comments where people said, why did he move there in the first place? He should have never went there. I just don't think that's for anybody to say.
Yeah, no, you get to choose where you live. It doesn't matter.
Right. I mean, for me, having never been in his shoes and hopefully never have to be and losing people I love that way, I don't think it matters why he went there. If they accomplished as a married couple and a family what they needed to accomplish, then good for them.
Oh, yeah.
This is unimaginable. And I think Kelsey's had a hard time with her pregnancy, with being sick and stuff. I know in the video she said that her and Riley both had a stomach virus, which is terrible on its own. When you're pregnant and you add morning sickness onto it, it is miserable. But it seems like Colby's taking great care of them. But I hope they find happiness wherever they go. But it makes a lot of sense with a new baby and having a little kid to be around people. And they made clear that they've made a lot of, friends in Rexburg, and people have taken wonderful care of them. It's just not family.
Exactly.
So we wish them all the best. They also said they sold their car, so they don't have a car right now. So they have some stuff to, get done when they get back in town. But here's to a safe move and an easy move for you guys. Yeah.
So Orrin and Orson West have been missing since December 21st, 2020. And Orson's fourth birthday was Friday.
Yeah.
There's still nothing going on there.
Nothing that we've heard of. There's just been nothing. I'm just not optimistic at this point. So it's kind of bittersweet that his fourth birthday was Friday. Just such a little guy. So Lori Hellis, who we recommend you sign up for her newsletter.
She's great.
I think it's the Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell story.
Something like that.
I think she's a defense attorney.
She was
a defense attorney. And so she kind of gives her 2 cents on things that are happening in the case. And one thing that she said in her latest newsletter that I thought was interesting, she said if Chad's case kind of goes on without Lori at this point, and let's say he has a trial and he's found guilty, and Lori hasn't had her trial yet, when she goes to trial, he could be called as a witness and he would lose his Fifth Amendment right. So he would have to testify. That could be
Game changer.
It could be a hairy situation.
Yeah. I'd like to see the darts in that courtroom.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So Mark Means has been on Twitter.
Here we go.
Oh boy. We try to be nice. I mean, everybody is entitled to a defense when they're accused of something. We try not to bash even the most unliked people in any case that we cover.
Yeah.
Because it goes without being said. But he tweeted out this week, and I just thought this was insane. He says, an anonymous source contacted me and said the prosecution is offering off-the-record interviews in the Daybell case. Sources said refusal to release autopsy results for Tammy Daybell to her children was an attempt to coerce children into giving incriminating statements. This the apparent wheels of justice. Is this really the system we want as citizens of Idaho? A sheriff's department or prosecutor that refuses to allow the children to see the autopsy of their deceased mother, and if true, then play off-the-record games. And he says Emma has already addressed this matter, and he linked to when Emma called in on Court TV.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first part of the tweet, so let's unpack this. First of all, he is the defense attorney for probably one of the most high-profile defendants in the country right now, and he is tweeting out what an anonymous source contacted him and told him.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Okay. This totally could be some guy or girl in their mom's basement who wants to be involved in this case because they're not all there.
Sure.
Why would he tweet out what an anonymous source told him? I mean, can you imagine if Rob Wood tweeted the way Mark Means does? He would be in court every week.
Yeah, he'd be under the jail.
Yeah, I mean, so Mark Means goes on to say playing off the records game is contrary to the role of those in authority to seek justice. This has a win at all costs feel.
Dude, your client is she's innocent until proven guilty, I guess, just by the term, but she's guilty and she's a murderer.
I mean,
come on.
He says playing off the records game is contrary to the role of those in authority to seek justice. But yet you're saying that somebody who won't tell you their name told you this.
Yeah. What the world?
That's crazy.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Yeah. So off the record gamemanship to attempt to change the narrative clearly illustrates some of their position of power in this case are more worried about their appearance than justice. As citizens, now I'm just reading verbatim what he says. As citizens, Idahos, we should demand open books.
I think that should be Idahoans or something, isn't it?
Idahos.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing. As a person who has lost a sibling unexpectedly, for those in authority to withhold that autopsy for purposes of what appears to be coerced forced statements is beyond repulsive. But if you remember, somebody was on one of these shows where they said this is a very common thing that law enforcement does.
Yeah, you come in and talk to us and we'll give you information.
Because call it brainwashing, call it they support their dad, call it the way they were raised. It doesn't seem like any of them went to Rob Wood voluntarily to try to get to the bottom of any of this.
Yeah.
They didn't reach out to law enforcement to where if my mom is suspected to have been murdered, I would have been doing everything I could to help prosecution get to the bottom of that.
Sure.
And I would tell them anything they wanted to know in order to get the results of that autopsy. So I just, the Daybell kids are adults. Do I feel sorry for them for the most part? Yes, I do. But at the same time, they chose not to go to law enforcement.
Yeah. And I mean, they could have been brought in for questioning.
Right.
I mean, they could have been asked to do that.
So he goes on to say, and then they put salt in the wound by engaging in off-the-record, behind-closed-doors gamemanship. Well, as an old small-town boy, I'd say to those game players, you can put lipstick on a pig, but at the end of the day, is still a pig. So he's calling the prosecution pigs in a public tweet.
Mark.
Dude.
Just get off your social media.
You need a vacation, my man.
Yeah.
I think this has got to you. I think you need to get on a plane and go somewhere tropical and clear your head because your girl is going to be under the care of the state of Idaho, and we're going to get into that. So, but here's my thing. Why would he not have a hearing about this? Why tweet it? Does he know he's going to get struck down in court because this is stupid?
Yeah, and they're going to argue about publicity here.
Yeah, and there he is.
Here he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, if it were Rob Wood or Leslie tweeting this stuff, they would be in court faster than they could blink.
Yeah.
It is so crazy.
Yep. So looking at his request for Lori's treatment, this is humorous.
Boy.
This is crazy. So Means made some requests in a filing on Friday about her mental health treatment. He says he is making the request because of Lori's fragile mental state of incompetency as a direct result of historical and systematic mental, emotional, and physical abuse she suffered.
Well, I don't doubt that he was going to go the abuse excuse route.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is dirty up people that are dead, probably Joe Ryan, Charles Vallow.
Yeah.
We're going to just accuse them of the worst things ever because they can't testify for themselves. She killed them.
Exactly.
And I say she killed Joe Ryan because I'm just convinced that's how it went down, but...
Allegedly. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Well, yeah, right. But he didn't go into any specifics about the abuse that he's saying that she suffered, but he says he's filing this because of conversations between the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare and prosecution not including him.
Oh, my goodness.
So I don't know the legalities of this, but it seems to me that she's been deemed incompetent because of a test that he had performed on her. What else does he need to do at this point to be included? If Rob Wood is talking to the Department of Mental Health for clarification, maybe to get a game plan of what they're planning to do or whatever, I would say that might be normal.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so anyways, this is what he wants. Any conversation about Lori's treatment, her transfer to the facility, and other issues relating to her incompetency in the Department of Welfare, he wants Judge Boyce to grant private and confidential access to Lori while she's in treatment. And you know what I think? Why? Apparently, according to you, Lori doesn't know your role right now in this case. She has no clue what you do for her.
Yeah.
Why do you want private and confidential access to somebody who is incompetent?
Exactly.
It is just opposites. She's incompetent, but she needs her defense attorney, even though she don't know what to do.
Ain't something fishy there.
Very, very fishy.
Fishy.
I mean, we're in the incompetent stage.
Yeah. He also says he hasn't had funds available to him since she was declared indigent.
Indigent. I got it today. Woo.
Yeah. And he mentions calls to subpoena Melanie Gibb, Madison County Sheriff's Office, hard drive cost, and transportation costs to meet with the prosecution.
Well, transportation costs, he's choosing to take on a client that's 4 hours away.
Well, we've had people tell us he's there every day.
Right. He's there today. I saw a local update that he is there today. How? I mean, this is my thing. I don't know how this works. It seems like the court would say, hey, if she's incompetent and she doesn't understand what you're doing, why are you there? Why is the state paying you to talk to a woman that has no clue what you're doing? Yeah,
you need to wait till she gets on the whatever meds or whatever they're going to put her on.
Yeah, she's about to get on the Meds Express.
Yeah.
They'll drug her up. So
yeah,
this is the kicker, though. Go ahead.
He asked to be directly involved in Lori's treatment and wants the names and credentials of anyone giving her care. He wants to know the proposed treatment medications and plans to restore her competency before anything is given to her. Sounds like a husband.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that he's entitled to this.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sending her away for treatment because you say she doesn't understand, and yet you want to be the one. It's almost like he's the power of attorney.
Yeah.
It's sort of what he's acting like, and I'm curious to see if this is allowed, because here's the thing. It doesn't matter what Mark Means thinks about what course of treatment they do. The judge ultimately is the one, the clinic or the hospital will say, here's what we do, and then Judge Boyce approves it, and he makes sure that she's taking her medications. It's a court-ordered thing. She can't put it in her cheek and go spit it out.
Exactly.
The judge can say, you have to take all your medicine and do all the treatment because you're a defendant in a triple murder, and we got to get you well enough so you can pay for this. I don't know that Mark Means has a dog in this fight.
Yeah. He said by allowing private access to Daybell, future additional costs can be avoided.
Oh, gosh. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is the weirdest thing. I've never seen this. And you would think while she is getting well that Means would regroup and maybe go read some Discovery or what. It just seems very odd to me. Why does he need to know everything and need to approve it?
Yeah.
It's not his job.
It's fishy.
Yeah, I mean, my dad's a welder. He can't go into the doctor's office and say, here's what I demand happen, and I'm not taking this because I'm a welder and I know better.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. So the last thing that he tweeted out, he said, I'm excited to represent a sexually abused victim of Mr. Ryan Deavy. In the summer of 2001, he engaged in the sexual assault of multiple preteen age girls. Over 4 years, he has admitted to sexually assaulting girls camping in their backyard because he enjoys the thrill. It kind of seems to me like these are underage victims. I don't know if I would be tweeting out that I'm representing one of the underage victims, whether they're underage now or not, but somebody needs to take his Twitter away.
Oh, yeah. Yep. He needs to get rid of that thing.
I almost feel like Rob Wood should just take him in front of the judge and just say, look, he could be potentially tainting the jury pool at this point for a future trial. Tweeting out, this anonymous source told me this and that. You don't know who's reading this stuff.
Exactly.
So who knows? But that's kind of all we had for this sweet tea session. It was just enough to where we didn't want to make the last episode of a full hour.
Yep.
But so anyways, we're going to keep an eye on everything as usual. We'll tweet it out, Facebook it, check out our merch. And I think that's about all.
Yeah.
So like we said in the live Q&A, actually the YouTube version of that is better. If you haven't watched it yet, go to our YouTube channel. It's on there. I lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? I don't even know, y'all.
See, I told you, old.
Oh,
forgetful.
God. I know. But anyways, it must not have been that important. So we will see. Oh, I know what I was going to say. There it is. Found it.
Bouncing around, hemmed it up.
Yep, I just grabbed it. Oh, gosh. Lord have mercy.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Wait. Well, it's like, oh, my God. I need a nap, y'all. It's 3:13.
I'm about to take your kids so you can have some quiet.
Thank you so much. I will be, by myself for a little while.
Yep.
What was I going to say? Anyways, all right, well.
She'll tweet it out when she remembers what it was.
The summer. Our schedule is not going to be Wednesday, Sunday. It's just going to be
all over the place.
It's going to be That's what I was going to say. It's going to be random days.
It's my fault. I got all this theater going on and stuff. So
yeah, I barely see you anymore.
Oh, I know. I know.
Only when I'm picking up my girls. So, so just if we don't do one exactly on the days that we normally do it, just know it's summer. Kids are home. Theater's going on. Just a million things up. So we'll still get out 2 to 3 a week, but just the days may be crazy.
Yep, crazy.
All right. So that's all. You guys have a good couple of days, and we'll see you soon.
Good afternoon, evening, whatever it was.